Boy, do we have some awesome teachers in North Texas and Southern Oklahoma, and we're going to take a little bit of your time here this morning to make sure that we introduce you to one of those as part of Mad Rock and Katy Country's Teacher of the Year program, brought to you by Night Furniture and Mattress, Pediatric Dentistry of Sherman, and Parkway Buick GMC. I am Big Dave from Mad Rock 102.5, and I am joined here, Zach Grantham, Katy Country, the AM show. Good morning. How are you?
I am fantastic, Dave. The studio smells incredible. The coffee is flowing.
Yes, we have coffee, and it is National Coffee Break Day, by the way, today as well. So hold on. I'm going to take a break right now, and I'm going to have coffee before we introduce our teacher. Hopefully you don't mind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dude, it's like 7 below, it feels like right now in Texoma, so...
It is. All right, so I'm going to give you the honor of introducing our, what month is it? January teacher. Yeah, I can't even, it's like this. It's like what year and month is it? I think it's January. It's 2022. We have our teacher of the month, and I'm going to let you introduce him right now, Zach.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our January 2022 teacher of the month is from Van Alstyne, home of those Panthers. We got Coach Daryl Hardcastle. Daryl, what's going on, my man? How are you doing this morning?
Doing great. Coffee day.
There you go. Right. Hang on. Let's all pause for a
coffee break. Coffee break day. Here we go.
Okay. All right. We're good to go.
Doing great. Doing great. Thank you.
Are you okay if I call you Coach? Because I know you as Coach Hardcastle. So
right. That's pretty much what I go by. That's what everybody calls me. So
okay. Yeah. All right, so we got Coach Hardcastle, and you're over in Van Alstyne. So can I tell everybody that's watching this morning exactly you do over in VA?
Well, I'm the professional communications teacher. I got all the freshmen when they come in, try to get them away from the glossophobia, which is the fear of public speaking, which you guys obviously don't have. and then I also teach sociology, psychology. I'm a mentor for students, younger teachers. I've been coaching 42 years. And then I also coach baseball and football.
Okay.
So that's what I do.
I tell you, do you talk to your students and just say, hey, they need to visualize folks in their undergarments to make it easier on them? I don't know if that really works for me.
Well, I probably shouldn't do that in a school, but I do. Personally, I do that. No, I don't. No, I give them techniques how to do it and try to, that's where I get to use my sociology, psychology too. So
all I can say is all you have to teach them is just don't act like Big Dave and Zach, and you'll do just fine. You'll be professional. You'll be good to go. People will respect you.
But I will say this though: if you're not afraid to act like you two, then you're going to be just fine. So
yeah. It's not the matter of we just don't care. I think that's what it is. Like we're still afraid to speak in public, but it's like at this point we don't care. It's like whatever you think of it.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm either going to say it right or I'm going to screw it up. Those are your two options there, or somewhere in between. So it's not going to happen.
Yes, and you will live through both of those.
Exactly. That's exactly it. So 42 years you've been doing this. So, yes, tell us about how did you get started in education? What made you decide to be a coach and an educator?
Well, I played football and baseball at a small college in South Dakota. And I decided that I wanted to stay somewhere attached to athletics. So I figured teaching would be the way to do that. And I really got into it more for the coaching, but I really ended up liking being in the classroom and to where enough where I've been doing it for this long. So I've been doing it for that long. I started I went back to California because pretty much where I grew up. I was born in New Mexico. Taught there 19 years. 2 of my kids were college athletes at Mississippi State. So I went to Mississippi for 6 years, and I've been here at Van Alstyne for 17. Wow. So I like it here a lot.
Now I have a question because last year I noticed something over at Van Alstyne that was amazing. So there was this special education track meet that took place, and I know you probably know a little bit about that. I mean, it was incredible to see all the VA teachers, coaches, students all out there participating. You know, my son is, he's special education courses in first grade, but it was just so cool. It made a huge impact on me going, man, that is awesome what Van Alstyne is doing there.
I can tell you that Michael Miller's our head coach, AD, and he started in the special ed when he was coming up, and it's close to his heart. So the organizations that do this, Van Alstyne, they tell us that Van Alstyne's kind of like the go-to place.
Awesome.
And we get our coaches, like you said, our students get involved, and it is pretty awesome. Our band, pretty much everybody. And when you were there, then it's a red carpet kind of thing. And the beauty of it is that our kids do most of the work. And what I've seen is that it impacts the kids in the sense that they look at somebody who doesn't have what they have, and it kind of humbles them, and their hearts are changed. And it's powerful. It really is. I'm very, very glad to be associated with that.
Well, being a parent of one of those athletes, it was awesome. It was like, Dave, it was like a Friday night football game. Right. It was incredible. Like there was energy, electricity, and I was like, and the VA people are cheering for the Sherman folks and the Pottsboro folks and the Bonham folks, and yeah, it was awesome. But I know that y'all have a lot of fun with that event each and every year, and you can just kind of tell it kind of it filters from the top and all the way down through the school system.
Right.
Yeah, it was incredible.
And I will add this: we also have community members that come in and are associated with the starters and our public announcer. I mean, it's VA is what it is.
VA all the way, right?
Yes, sir.
So speaking of that, I mean, Van Alstyne, you've been there educating, students for 17 years now. I mean, so that being there that long kind of gives you an opportunity where you might start seeing a few people, like multiple generations, come through there. Plus, you've been there to be able to see the massive growth of Van Alstyne over the last few years. Yeah.
Yes, I'm coaching with two young Jordan Barnes and Taylor Penn, where I coached them when they were in high school, and they coach with us now. Yeah. I'm older than, I'm 65, and Coach Haynes, Jimmy Haynes, who I coach with in baseball, we're 65, and pretty much we're old enough to be everybody's dad. So, but the culture is, it's a good culture here. It is definitely growing. I've only been at 3 schools in my entire career, one in California, one in Mississippi. I'm one of those old school people that I'm a loyalist. And so those schools were large. There were just under 2,000. So I came here and it was in the 300s. So it was different for me. It was different, but it's a good place. It really is.
Now, did you have anybody in your history and your family who were teachers that kind of, I mean, you kind of talked about so you started that. Now, has anybody followed you from your family into the teaching profession?
Well, I was actually the first kid to go to college. My parents were 16 when I was born. So it was a different journey. Let's just say it that way. My son was a college baseball player, and he kind of tried to follow and say, oh, I'm going to try that too. So he did it for 2 years and realized, in fact, his words were, I cannot believe you've done it this long. And now he's a real estate broker he lives in Frisco and is in this area, and is just doing really well. And he uses his platform now as a ministry and whatnot for nonprofits and whatnot. So he's doing really well. I'm glad he didn't do that, but nobody else has, just me. I think they see the time, because I'm pretty much here at least 12 hours every day, because you coach. If you don't coach, you might get a little less, but it's just, I've always done that. So it's part of what it is.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, being able to juggle the classroom stuff, because from your nomination form and from just talking to you and knowing a little bit about you, it seems like that you take the classroom stuff just as seriously as the athletics, maybe even the classroom stuff even more seriously than athletics sometimes. And I don't know how you would be able to juggle all that with all the practices and games and the classroom time.
Well, I'm a really good time manager. And I have in front of my podium, it says, be where your feet are. And so my philosophy is when I'm in the classroom, and I tell the kids this, when I'm in the classroom, you're the most important people in my life. So I'm going to give you everything I've got. Well, when I go over to the athletic training center, then they are. And then when I go home to my wife of nearly 46 years, she is. And so I do that. I'm also a writer. I'm a published writer. In fact, my second book just came out. And so
Wow.
I did, I just do that. I manage time well. Let me just say it that way. So.
Awesome. Well, you go ahead and give a plug to your book. I mean,
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to learn more about your book here.
Well, the first one I wrote was called When It Rains, and it's on Amazon. That one, it's been out since 2017. And then this one just came out. It's just coming out like last week. It's called Before the Storms Come, and it's a prequel to When It Rains. And the Before the Storms Come can be found on Westbow Publishing, Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and whatnot. So I wrote it, both of them, just because I wanted to encourage people through a fictional story, and so I chose a character, and I don't have a huge bucket list. I mean, I'm 65, so I mean, I don't have that much bucket left. But I'm a reader. I love to read, and I decided that maybe if I had a bucket list, that would to write, and I did it, and now I can die.
awesome. Well, congratulations on that. Well, now maybe, I don't know if this was even on your bucket list or not, but now you're a teacher of the month as well. And so that's awesome.
Well, thank you. Thank you. This has been a good week for me. You guys contacted me. And then the very next day, my high school in California contacted me, and they're putting me in the Hall of Fame next month.
Wow. See? Wow. How awesome is that?
It's been a good week. And well, being I'm shamelessly plugging, I got put into my athletic Hall of Fame at Black Hills State University in 2008. So this has been it's been a pretty fun ride. So.
That is awesome. Well, congratulations to you, Coach Daryl Hardcastle. Van Alstyne, VA, all the way. So we have to ask you this because it's a very important question that Dave and I ask all of our teachers. So you get
scaring me.
$750 from our sponsors. Okay. So we got to ask you, what are you going to do with $750? And may I add, you have to give us an answer other than, well, I'm going to put it back in the classroom, okay? Because we know how you educators are. You like to, pamper your kiddos and all that. So what are you going to do? Are you going to go for a nice steak dinner and then spend it on your classroom, or what are your plans?
You know what I'm probably going to do is, one, I like I said, I have a wife of 46 years. We have 10 grandkids. And so what I'm probably going to do is buy 10 of my books and give them to my grandkids. And then I definitely will take, my wife's in Alabama right now. We have, there's the bell. we have kids in Alabama. We have a daughter and 2 kids in California, and then 4 in Frisco. So that's the 10 spread, 4 in Alabama. Mm-hmm. So she's there. She travels because I coach. And so we have a deal that during coaching season, she travels to those 2 places, and we're good with that. So when she gets back, I'm taking her out to that steak dinner.
There you go.
Outstanding. Well, the other cool thing is you're also now qualified for our Teacher of the Year, which we'll announce in May, which could get you another $750. So there's
Sounds
potential
good
there.
To me. That's good.
You've already had a good week. Maybe you'll have a good May as well. We'll do that in May.
Never know.
Well, again, congratulations to you being named our January 2022 Teacher of the Month. Again, thanks to our sponsors as well, Night Furniture and Mattress, Pediatric Dentistry of Sherman, and Parkway Buick GMC. Now, if you have a teacher just like Coach Hardcastle here who goes up and beyond, I mean, very in the classroom, outside the classroom, in their community, we need nominations because we still have February, we still have March, April, and May Teachers of the Month to choose. So we need those nominations, and you can do that on either of our websites. You can do that on Zach's Katy Country website there, 931kmkt.com, or you can go to madrock1025.com. Well, Coach, we're going to let you go do your coaching and teaching thing. How about that?
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you.